Jackson Man with Team on the Grind, and this last weekend, you know what we did, boys. We ended up topping another TGS monthly with Blizzard Dragon Turbo. Sorry, boys, we ended up not making the finals this time. Eric Chai is just a protagonist this weekend. Insane guy, great friend. He cooked me in 10 minutes. And then he played his top 4 opponent and then cooked him in 12. So it was just Eric Chai's weekend. But still proud of what we did. We ended up changing some things since the last time. Took some recommendations from some of our friends. One of them we really did like. It very overperformed, but the other one very underperformed. So we'll probably end up changing a little bit more. Shoutouts, I'd like to shout out Team on the Grind and the Grind TCG. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel so we can give you some more great content. Also, check out the TCG player. That will be the pinned comment down below. The Grind TCG, we have plenty of stuff from Bonanza and plenty of other things listed on our TCG player store. So go ahead and check us out. I'd like to shout out Quality, Derek and Melissa. Great shop, great play testing, very good players that go there. Shout out TGS, Frank and Vidmar for hosting another great event. Absolutely love them. They always perform a great event. Very smooth, very well ran. Shout out to all of Team on the Grind, Hector, Jeremy, Sean, all of the Edison and James, and all the other Edison players on the team that make me want to do well, because I keep seeing them do well, and I gotta make sure that I can keep up with them. As the owner of the team, I want to make sure that I'm not the worst one on the team. So we'll get to the deck. As you can see, we play Blizzard Dragon Turbo. For the staple ones, triple Drago, triple Wyvern, triple Red MD. These are your staples, plus the one Exploder Dragon. This only came up against Lightsworns, really, but it's still very good and very necessary. And then we play our triple Patnan Blizzard Dragons. You should know what this card does by now. If you don't, it says target one monster your opponent controls cannot attack or switch its battle position to the end of the next turn. It does work on set monsters, so if they have a Raikou, you can target it and it won't flip. Card's very good. Didn't use it a lot this weekend, but when it did, it very well performed. And we boosted up Spear Dragon to 3. Card very overperformed, was able to attack into Raikous and other things, and it just did its job. We bumped up the dragon count by 1 because there was many hands where I would not see a normal summon, and this time I wanted to make sure. That's it for the monsters. As you can tell, it's a low monster count, but it's all that we really need. If anything, I might add 1 more monster, but I don't think so. And then for the best card of the deck, and ways to search it. This card is obviously a god card. You see it and resolve it, you should win. Card's absolutely insane. And then we're playing triple Upstart. This time we're not playing triple Legacy. The surprise factor of draw traps is now gone since everyone's topping with it, like our boy HT19. This is very good. This card's insane. This card, while yes, giving them life points does suck. There was a time that I did Upstart into a Future Fusion and won because of it, and if this was a Legacy, I probably would have lost. Then for back row rate, Heavy Trunade. We don't main MST still because I am terribly bad at hitting 50-50s. We're still playing the Burial. Card's absolutely insane. Being able to recycle Wyverns, Red MDs, any dragons that got bottomless or deep prison so they can be brought up back off Red MD is really good. And then Dupe Lockout. That's it. These cards actually kind of suck in this deck. This one's fine. This one actually sucks. But you need it for the Dupe Block and also take like a 3k beater or 3k defender. Then the new card is one Solidarity. Card really overperformed. Really liked it. I've been told for months to play it. I played it and it worked out really well. And I absolutely loved it. And then that's it for the spells. Then for the traps, 1 Trap Dust Shoot. Still surprises this wasn't in Bonanza. 1 Call the Haunted, 1 Return. Card is actually really underperforming nowadays. So I might end up cutting it for something else. But the card, I feel like I can't cut it, but I need to cut it. It's really weird. 1 Judgment, 1 Torrential, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Starlight Road. Pretty standard for my trap lineup. And then double Bottomless, double Deep Prison. And then the card that literally lost me like 3 to 4 games, Deck Devi. Not a fan of this card, at least in the main deck. It's not great. It bricks a lot. If you don't see Red MD, it does nothing. So I'm not a huge fan of it. I tried it for the third one of the Legacies just to see. And if I played against Quick Draw or anything like that, I ended up playing none of it. I did play a Chaos Fairy. So like if it was in the side, it would have been fine because in that matchup, if you just resolve this card, you just win. But in the main deck, I don't think it performs as well as it should. And then that's it for the main. we are going to go to the extra deck. Flying cards. We played 2 5-headed. The second one did come up again. We did Giant Trinator our own Future Fusion just to be able to dump 5 more. Triple Chimera Attack because the extra deck is irrelevant. And then a bunch of cards that are irrelevant. Besides this. And then 1 Stardust. The rest of the extra deck's kind of irrelevant in case we bring control a Gale or another Tuner. My opponent did have Recreabons on the field, the Chaos Fairy player, for a few turns. So I could have if I drew Brain Control, but I did not. And then for the side deck, we are siding the Luster Dragon for the Blackwing matchup and the Hero Beat matchup and GB matchup. It still does what it needs to do. I still love the card. It does its job. We're now putting back the Cyber Dragons in the side. Machina has really popped up as a deck that a lot of people are now starting to play, or Machina Quick Draw. So this card is absolutely necessary now because the deck has now become more popular. 1 Soul Release, still good. MST, second Deck Devi. I would probably only side 1 going forward and not main 1. Double Compulse, absolutely love this card. Double Oppression, double 7 tools. I might put 1 in the main over the Deck Devi or a second Solidarity. And then, of course, the best card of the side deck, Triple Mask Restrict. We hate Frog Hero, we hate Frog Monarch, and this card's absolutely insane against it. Did win a couple of games against Frog decks with this. Our matchups were, round 1 we played against Pure Frog Monarch and we 2-0'd him. This card put in a lot of work. Round 2 we went against Chaos Fairy. We 2-1'd him. Game 1 I Drago'd him. Game 2 he Christian'd me. Game 3 I Drago'd him. We won. Round 3, actually, we went against Kevin Wu, our Kryptonite, and we got O2 clapped by Hero Frog. I just can't beat him. It was like a 12-minute match. He is insane at the game, and I just cannot compete. Round 4, we went against a Hero Frog player. We 2-1'd him. Again, this card went insane. We trapped Dust Shooted him, and we had this, and Master Restrict against when he had a bunch of tributes is just insane. The way we actually won one is at game 3, we were both at 4,200 life. He stuck a Vanity's Fiend, and I had a Brain Control in hand. I'm like, any normal summon and I just win the game because he had no back row. Top deck Spear Dragon, I'm like, normal Spear, activate Brain, take Vanity's, deal 43. So we won. Round 5, we went against Blackwings. We ended up 2-1'ing him. Don't remember much about the match, but I remember that he didn't draw a lot of Sirokkos at all. So we never had to deal with that. Round 6, we went against Lightsworn. Game 1, we won pretty handily. And then game 2, there was 5 turns in a row where if I saw any normal summon, I would have won the game. Because I had a Red MD in hand and a Drago Engraven. He was at 33. And all he had was a Card Trooper and like no real cards in hand. And if I saw a normal summon, see a normal summon, play it, banish it, summon Red MD, summon Drago, attack for game. But like 5-6 turns in a row. We drew double Deck Devi and just more cards that did nothing. So, yeah, that was not great, and we ended up losing that game. We ended up winning game 3, but, like, losing that game because we drew double Deck Devi back-to-back without sticking a Red MD really sucked. And then, so we made top 8. We ended up getting 5th after Swiss, and then we got 2-0 clap by Eric Chai. That game was just not real. Game 1, we opened 1 spell, wasn't Future Fusion, and 5 monsters, none of them was Red MD. So we just got clapped. And then game 2, he just played really well. He heavied my D-Prison. I had a Mirror Force and a D-Prison. I said D-Prison first because I thought I could D-Prison his Sirocco, but he ended up heavying. And if I set the Mirror Force first and he heavied that, then I could D-Prison the Sirocco so I didn't have to deal with an Armed Wing. But it is what it is. He probably would have clapped me in game 3 anyways. Really proud of the deck. Besides the Deck Devis, everything else was really well. Really proud of the deck. And hopefully we can top again. And we'll see you guys next time.